Hey, what's going on, everybody? Y'all know what it is. It's a little bit after 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. And we are live for another episode of Book Talk Live. Today, I'm joined by some very phenomenal gentlemen, co-authors of the upcoming release, The Impact of Influence, Volume 2. How y'all doing today, gentlemen?
Good.
Doing pretty
Doing
good.
great.
Doing good.
Yes, sir. Hey, now listen. The last time that I had Chip on here, he had a few guests with him, and that book ended up going #1 on Amazon in, what was it, 11 categories?
11 categories. Yes, sir.
11 categories, unheard of. And y'all took this book a little bit around the world. So today I want to introduce these gentlemen to you, but I could give you one introduction. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. So if y'all can go ahead and introduce yourselves, gentlemen.
My name is Mr. Andre Amateur, aka Mr. Bounceback, 3-time stroke survivor. I'm a music producer, sound designer, and a sound engineer. And also I'm a teaching artist. But most importantly, I'm a 3-time stroke survivor, right? I'm blessed to be here because I always thank the Most High for being here. I'm blessed that Chip gave me the opportunity to be here. I'm blessed to be in front of y'all gentlemen to just share our powerful stories and share our movements and how we do our thing. So I'm grateful and thankful for that. And that's me in a little bit of a nutshell.
Come on now. All right.
Go
And we're
ahead.
gonna come back to that.
I'll go ahead.
3-time stroke survivor.
Yes.
Come on. Go ahead, Desmond.
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Desmond Jones. I'm a sports performance coach here in Conroe, Texas. I went to Sam Houston State where I ran track and field. Now I give back to my community by training the youth athletes that are here. We work Monday through Friday at my gym at Next Up Athletics.
There we go.
Good
See,
stuff.
I'm noticing the theme here. Y'all like to give back. That's where that impact, that influence is at. All right.
Yes,
on.
sir.
Go.
My name is Chip Baker. Chip Baker, the Success Chronicles. I'm a 4th-generation educator, teacher, former coach. Blessed and fortunate to be around some great people in my life, in my career. Started the Success Chronicles about 5 years ago. And that's my YouTube channel and podcast where I interview people from all walks of life and share their stories for positive inspiration and motivation. And that's kind of how I came across all of the gentlemen that's on this call. And so it's truly been a blessing for me in my life, and multiple-time best-selling author, and truly grateful to be here with you guys on this call today. And thanks so much, Sugar Ray, for having us.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's a pleasure having y'all. But more importantly, I'm humbled to be in the presence of such greatness. Right? Y'all are talking my language. You say y'all are all giving back to the youth and to the kids. Come on now. This is what I love hearing. Now, before
yes, sir.
as we jump in, let me what is impact to you? And this is for each of y'all.
I'm gonna just go around like we did. Andre, you go first. And
Yeah.
Desmond, me.
All right, so impact for me is 2 things. What really is more, but I'm going to break it down to be small. One, because I'm a 3-time stroke survivor, so people get to see how I survived. The other part about it is the young kids I mentor or I teach. The impact thing about that is, and I'm just being honest, is when a father comes to me and tells me, I don't know what you did to my son, but I love it. Like, I need more of that. So those are those priceless things to me that's impactful. Things like that for me, to be honest.
Come on now.
I would say impact is a moment that defines you, something that kind of helps shapes or molds you in life. Doesn't necessarily have to be a huge moment that changes you forever. It could be something small, something that just lingers on your mind and allows you to be a better you or the best version of yourself at the time. That's what I believe impact is for you, and that's what it is for me.
For me, when I think of impact, I start with influence first, right? For me, it's a process. And I think, we all have been influenced by someone or something in our life. And it's been such an influence on us that it's impacted us to be who we are and causes us to do what we do, right? And so for me, impact is just making a difference in a positive way. That's what I think the definition of impact is.
Okay. Listen, I'm loving these answers because I know just from knowing Chip, that impact is definitely something that happens, and influence is something huge to him as well. You know, we always talk about the power of relationships, and it's a huge thing. So I know that each of you have somebody that has inspired you to become the man that you are today. So who's the person that's had the most impact and influence in your life?
For me, that's in my book. So y'all gotta come. I'm gonna give you a piece of it, but you gotta go buy it. All right. So my chapter is patience, persistence, and prayer. But I'm gonna use persistence. All right. Persistence means continuous uh, continuous source of action. So I take the word action and break it down to act. Achieve, conquer, transform. So the gentleman who did that to me, or who helped me see that, is why I'm so thankful and grateful to be a part of this journey we're on with this book. Is he impacted my life a lot. I mean, he sat me down and took the time out to really infuse different things into me. You know what I mean? Another part of the book is the patience part. I had zero. I have no patience. I had none. Let me say I had none. Like if you was late, if you went on time, if you just rolled up in there, I mean, I just was like, okay, I'm done with you. It's like going to a good restaurant and getting a bad meal. You don't go back. You know, in the sense of anybody can have a bad day, right? So you should go back. But I was like, I'm done. I'm not going back. I ain't spending money there no more. And this gentleman definitely taught me. His name was Pastor Robert. He definitely taught me those three key things that was real impactful in my life, and also influencing me to, be here with y'all. I'm just grateful for it, for sure.
Hey, listen, I think we can all relate to that lack of patience, especially being younger. I was quick. I can honestly say I was one of those that was quick to, if it wasn't done the way that I needed it to, or if it looked like a fight, I was ready. So I'm glad that you outgrew that, and I'll say I'm glad that I outgrew that too. Yeah. Now I live by a different code. I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, sir. If I was just really think about who has impacted me the most in my life, I would have to say my siblings. Honestly, I'm the oldest boy of 4 girls, so you can obviously see that my life was kind of hectic with that going on, and being the one that they looked up to. And I always wanted to see myself as a living example for them. So having my girls look up to me was one of those huge things that made me want to find different ways to better myself, so that I could, pour it into them and better them in the process. So they've always been my biggest influence in my life.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's dope. I have a son, and now I have 3 bonus daughters. So as a result, I can definitely say that my life it changed the first time with the birth of my son, and now with the 3 bonus daughters, I kind of watched the way that I move a lot different. So I salute you on that.
Yeah.
Most men have kids, or most men make kids, and then fathers step up and raise kids. So
I like that.
Bro.
Amen. Amen and amen. That's the preacher voice. I had to get you on that one.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff. Man, for me, when I think about that person, I initially think of my family. You know, like I said earlier, I'm a 4th generation educator. And so, you know, my family's educators and church folk with no S, right? So that means that we was really in church, right? For real, for real. And so all I know is a life of service, but more closely my mother. You know, I was able to watch, you know, my mother do her thing. And even when we didn't have anything, she was giving service and giving to others. And it was a true testament for us to see as her kids that regardless of your situation, it's important to give service and help others. And the big man will always see fit to help you, regardless. And so for me, that's what it is. That's what it's been in my life.
Okay. Listen, man, y'all got some powerful influences in y'all lives, right? And I'm gonna ask a difficult question. Because I feel like I'm giving y'all easy questions. Y'all giving me these answers like boom, 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 boom. What's the legacy that you look to leave?
I do it for my last name. Nothing else behind it. I do it for my last name. Okay. So my grandkids understand what success looks like and understand how to get that. I want to leave a blueprint for them to follow.
Gotcha. Hey, I love that.
I kind of tie on that. I can kind of follow behind that. Definitely doing it for my name, but I come from a small town. It became a big city real fast, but it was a small town in the beginning, and I feel like everybody had a story to tell. When I moved home, everyone had a story to tell from their cousin or their grandfather or their great uncle or something like that. But I had nothing, so I felt like I was paving my own way, making a name for myself. And I feel like now I want it to be more than just a sports impact. You know, like they were telling me ball stories, which for me, I love those glory stories. That's what made me the athlete that I was. But I wanted to do something for myself that's more than sports. Yes, I want to be known as the athlete, but I also want to be known for the things that I did as a man as well, the things that I did for the youth, the people who I helped, the lives that I changed. So that's why I say I can follow behind that. It's for my last name, and so that my kids can, you know, that my kids and their kids could have someone to say like, hey, I was like Pawpaw. Hey, remember, hey, y'all talk about such and such, but remember what Pawpaw did? Like that dude was the truth, man. I wish I could have met him, you know. So yeah, like I really feel that behind my name. So like I want that Jones name to shine bright in my household and for the generations to come.
Come through.
Man, good stuff. And that is a good question, Sugar Ray, that you asked, because I think it makes you reflect on where you want the next generations to be, right? And I think for me, if people can just say, man, that Chip Baker was a good dude, you know, if they could say to my son, if they could say to my family, man, I knew what I was going to get from Chip Baker. That dude was consistent. You know, he loved, he gave effort, he was giving, he was accepting, he was caring. You know, he helped you be the best version of yourself. I don't know if you realize, but those L's, that's Legacy, legacy, right? And so I just hope that people could say, man, that Chip Baker was a good dude.
Yes, sir.
And I say that like 4 or 5 times a week. That's natural. What? I say that all the time.
Yeah.
Chip Baker, that's a good dude there. That's my guy.
Hey,
great dude.
I can honestly say you probably one of the only people at a certain point in time at night I pick my phone up for. Like really. Because I know it's not going to be no junk. I know it's going to be about something with value. So I definitely honor you. I appreciate you for that, for sure.
Thank you, man. That means a lot to me. And I think I've strived to work hard in my life to do that too. Because I think I know what it feels like to have people like that in your life. I've had that in my life. I've been blessed to have consistent people that I can count on, that I knew without a shadow of a doubt, like loved me and cared for me and would do anything to help me. And so, man, I know what that feeling feels like, and I just try to reciprocate and do my small part in that ripple effect, you know?
Absolutely. Listen, man. Hey, as long as we got Wavy Lays in the building. we know you're making an impact. We're gonna have to change the nickname to Coach Wavy.
You hear me? And it's been that way. That way from day one. Man. What's that?
Man, too funny.
Yeah, man. Listen, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick commercial break. Got to get a word in from our sponsor, Business of Books Mastermind Program, and we'll be right back in about 2 and 2. Everybody has a story, and so do you. We know that you've been through life, been through heartaches, been through pain, been through depression. You've thought about writing your book for years, wanting to help change lives because of the things that you've overcome. We don't know what your story is, but we can help you turn your story into a living, breathing book that creates opportunities for you to impact lives and change the world. The Business of Books is here to teach you the opportunities that come from your book, how to write your book, how to brand yourself, how to market your book, and how to get in front of the right people to sell that book. We have an amazing team of designers, an amazing team of editors. We have a team behind you to help you get through your first book and get it to the world so that the world knows you are here. So remember, everybody has a story. It's time to write yours. Oh man, listen, we are back. In case y'all are just tuning in, we are live with the men, a few of the gentlemen from the Impact of Influence book coming out on September 18th. So mark your calendars, September 18th, 2021. And for those of y'all out there that say, man, it's football season, I ain't gonna be able to make it. Well, we talking about influence right now. And we got Coach Wavy in the building. So y'all want to get in and get on this launch.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Man, let's go.
So yeah, hey, we're gonna have to do it, man. Chip is a great dude. I remember September 14th. 2019, we had the Six Authors launch in Houston, and I was still living in Austin. I came down to Houston for the event. Chip was like, just shoot me the details, I'll be there. Came through and did some quick interviews, man. So I definitely appreciate that, and been the same guy, solid since day one. So yeah, I know anybody connected to Chip is a good dude as well. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I want to ask y'all about accomplishment, right? Because when we talk about accomplishment, we talk about impact, we talk about influence. Obviously, somebody impacted your life, somebody influenced you to do better. But let's talk about accomplishment. What would you say is the biggest accomplishment that you've had thus far? And when I talk about accomplishment, I'm not just talking about the end goal. Like, what was it like to get there? What was it like to get to that accomplishment?
Well, for me, being a 3-time stroke survivor, laying in the bed and your extremities go, just leave, and you know you're used to that. You're used to getting up and moving. So, and then when your doctor comes in and tells you you're gonna be in a walker for the rest of your life, and I said, okay, you must don't know me, so I'm gonna teach you a lesson. So to accomplish the getting off that in less time than they thought it was gonna happen, to accomplish to moving faster than they thought. it was really always my mindset. Like when I was sitting in the bed, and people thought it was crazy. I kept talking to myself. I said, Foot, you're gonna move today. You're gonna do what you gotta do. So then, believe it or not, one of my mentors was like, man, why don't you write down the date that you want this to happen? So what I did was 90 days from the date I wrote it down, I came off the walker. I accomplished that, but I also accomplished speaking better. I also accomplished moving my left side more, because my left side is the side that was impacted from that. So to reach those goals, and to be honest, my last stroke was more mental than physical. I mean, the physical ramifications were there, but mentally, I was having a war inside my head, and to accomplish that part, to accomplish the physical part, was a lot. It was wonderful, actually, because it showed how tough I really am.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man. And we salute you on that. Because let's talk about this. Let's talk about it, because you said you're 3-time stroke survivor, right? And there are people out there who have dealt with physical disabilities. They've dealt with, like you said, it was more mental than physical. So what kept your mind strong? What was it that allowed you to mentally walk away or walk out of this situation?
Music.
Okay.
Music saved my life. Like, really.
Give us some examples, man, because I'm
for example, so I had my last stroke in 2017, right? We did our first summer camp. Remember, we did with kids from 5 years old to adults. So my first summer camp was less than 9 months later. So I had to build a stage. I had to paint the walls. Like, all these things occurred, but I used music to motivate me, right? So then when kids are coming in, they don't know what's going on with you. They just want to have fun. That's it. So all that energy around them allowed me to push forward, or allowed me to get up every morning and want to go and be there and do this with them or for them. And like, really, probably 95% of them didn't know. The 5% did know, who know me closely. And it was like, Massage, you want to sit down? I'm like, nah, let's go. You want to take a break? Nah, let's go. Like, you hungry? Yeah, I can eat. Yeah, let me go. I want to eat. but I mean, the part of music, and plus I make music, and so I have this gift called synesthesia. So what it is, I see colors. So that's how I make music. Like I can taste sound. I mean, I can taste shapes. It's the most phenomenal part about the stroke, believe it or not, because it increased. Like the heighten of the frequencies increase even higher. So when I hear certain things, like I sit outside, like I'm outside now, so it's a rhythm going on all around me. I'm just enjoying it, even adding this to it. So I mean, that was the biggest part about it, was the music. It was the music that pushed me through, along with all my little feet that pat around me. They just they would treat me normal, even though they saw me with with the walker for a second. They ain't pay no attention. They said, okay, let's go. Besides, some people look at you like, I have family members that once again, I said my left side don't work as much. They tell me to shake my hand with my left hand. Most people think that's an insult. Oh, that's messed up, you saying that, but it motivated me more to prove people wrong. Like, I know my left side coming back, but it's work. I use what Chip say, repetition. It got to be repetition every day. I'm doing something every day, and my hand gets stronger and stronger as I go. So I can keep talking about that because I'm passionate about music, man. But yeah, that's my motivation behind what I do.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Listen, man, we love that, and it sounds like the music is one thing, but it's also those kids.
Oh, absolutely.
And that for them was the was that extra why that that pushed you through. Love it,
absolutely.
Man.
Totally agree.
Love. Man, I was into that. I mean, Sugar Ray, could you bring that question? What was the question? I was into it. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's
Hey,
go.
listen, we all got the mental notes. Like, okay, this is what happened. Yeah. So what's your biggest accomplishment, and what was that journey like for you to get there?
Okay. All right. Okay. So I would say my biggest accomplishment is going to be when I decided to become an entrepreneur. The whole ideal of it. I was looking for something after sports. Like you play sports your entire life. You go to college, you play sports, and like you dedicate all your time and all your energy to sports. And like I don't even know if Bake knows this, but like one day I texted him. I remember like it was yesterday. I'm driving down Fraser, about to turn left on 105. If you were in Conroe, you know where I'm at. But I texted him. I'm like, hey Bake, how you transition athletics to like real life? Like it was just a casual conversation for us. And he was just like, you do it the exact same, attack it like you did as an athlete. So it was like, I don't know why it was revolutionary. It wasn't even anything just major, but it was like, exactly, like attack how you attack it as an athlete. You know what I mean? You prepare, you study, you practice, you just keep trying at it, and then I had to find something that I loved, and being an athlete, that was my favorite part about myself, like being an athlete. So it was having the courage to like take that journey into being an entrepreneur. Like when I actually did it, it wasn't until I started feeling comfortable in the room with everybody. Like I can come in and tell you that I am a sports performance coach, I'm a trainer, I own my own gym. In the beginning, I felt weird saying it. Like it was uncomfortable to tell people that like I own my own gym. Like I was kind of shy about it. I didn't feel proud about it. I felt like I didn't belong, or I didn't have the credentials to be there. I don't know. I felt like I needed something to be there. So my sense of accomplishment actually came from like maybe a couple years down the road of being a business owner. And I actually look back to say that day one I accomplished it. Like when I took that leap of quitting my job and saying that I can sustain my life and my family's life based on me chasing my passions and my dreams, like I accomplished it that day. Like that's when I succeeded. Like that's when I entered success. But it took 4 years down the line to actually, like, whatever I've been chasing, I already had it. So like my journey really now at this point transformed into I'm just enjoying these moments and getting the opportunity to learn from guys like Andre, Coach Baker, and yourself. And these opportunities, like I already succeeded, I accomplished that goal. So now it's just the updates. Like I'm going to continue to update. That's just a part of evolution. If I can make it better, I will. Like an athlete, if I can get faster, I'll get faster. If I can get stronger, I'll get stronger. So my sense of accomplishment came from the day when I decided to take my journey. And the journey itself is learning to enjoy the fact that I already did it.
Come on now. Come on. Success began the day that you accepted the fact that you were going to do it.
Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna let that one sink in for some people, because a lot of people still have not accepted the fact that they can be as successful as they want. It's just a matter of choice, right? And I want to take you. I'm gonna dive into this a little bit more, right? Because you said being an entrepreneur was the same as being an athlete, and those of us who, like, I always tell the story. I played basketball in high school, and the coach's seat was right here. I was way on the other end, right past the water boy, but I was still on the team. So, but the practice that went into it was something that instilled certain values and certain level of discipline in me, that I still take on to this day. That's why certain people are repelled by my work ethic. And when I sense it,
right,
like me and Chip always say this phrase, those that do know.
Yeah.
Right. So let's take that back. And let's take that back and break down some of the things that you do on a daily as an entrepreneur that rival when you say it's just like being an athlete. What are some of your daily routines that go into being an entrepreneur? And somebody out there watching that's beginning their journey as an entrepreneur needs to hear this.
Okay. So I learned in college. It was a faster system, so it was things that were happening. They were just gonna happen no matter what. Like if you stopped, it didn't stop. It kept going. So like it was either you're gonna get left behind or you're gonna figure out a way to, you know what I mean, improve yourself to keep up. And just the routine that built, waking up early in the morning, take a few seconds before you get started to kind of like work on your mental process. I just carried that on into like my adult life. So now when when I have a client at 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m., I'm up a little bit. I write quotes on my mirror and I'm just up. I spend, give me like 5 minutes, 10 minutes to myself so I can mentally prep for outside, for the day. I read my quotes on my mirror while brushing my teeth. I affirmate myself a little bit, kind of let myself know positively. I just take that first part of the morning and I let myself know positive. Like I get myself on a positive note, and then I just attack the day. It's a system of routine that I treat my clients as well. So I kind of go mixing in with being an athlete and being a personal trainer. So like the knowledge and the time of the routine is really about within the habits of my routine. Staying in the morning, keeping my positive note. As soon as I'm off of my positive note, I'm going to work to give my best. And that was one of a big thing that I got from Chip as well, to give my best at what I'm doing. I can give 100% effort with my clients at all times. So like being sure to give 100% effort with them. After that, I'm hitting the gym. I have a certain time in the day that I broke off to hit the gym. And then from there, I have a certain part of the time that I have for business and work. And really just the consistency of staying on my schedule is really where the most profit comes from for me being an entrepreneur. It's not necessarily that I have more time than everyone else to do whatever I want to do. I mean, it's weird to say it like that, but it's true. I have more time than the normal person has on their hands in the daytime, especially when the school's back. I have my kids in the afternoon, so it's really not being distracted in my free time. Staying mentally focused in my free time gets me to the next step, and I'm always going to have another level. If I accomplish something now, I'm going to make something new next week, in at least the next 3 weeks, that I want to rival that. I always want to outdo myself because I'm my competition. I don't have anyone structuring out my day, telling me, hey, Des, be here at this time, and then make sure that you have this turned in on this day. Like that don't exist. If I don't work, I literally do not eat. So making sure that I stay hungry and keeping my mind sharp is one of the most important things that I can say as an entrepreneur. Just ignore your distractions, stay consistent with your plan, because no one's going to tell you about it. No one's going to make you do it. If you don't do it, it will not happen. Or somebody else is going to do it before you. And, we know what that does to our pockets.
And that's unacceptable.
Come on now.
No, can't have it. Can't have it.
Yeah. Listen, in case y'all missing it, this young man just dropped at least 10 entrepreneurship goals in a matter of less than 5 minutes. And I'm just gonna give you something back that you said, that early morning, that mental prep. Let's break that into the not the 5 a.m. club, but the Miracle Morning. That's what he talks about in the Miracle Morning. Daily, give your best daily, every day, right? Some people wake up and they let their emotions change how they flow. Stick to a consistent schedule. How many entrepreneurs do not have a schedule? And it's like, I'm just not seeing results. Man, I keep my schedule close to me, right? Staying mentally focused, because when you said stay mentally focused, I love that, because the next thing you said was set new goals after you accomplish your current goals. But here's the biggest one for new entrepreneurs: ignore your distractions and take ownership. Take ownership for your success. Stop blaming other people and stop asking other people for permission to be successful. Come on. So yeah, for anybody that's watching that missed that 5-minute segment, go back, play that part at least 10 times before you call yourself an entrepreneur, because it is easy and hard at the same time. It's easy and hard at the same time. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Chip.
Yes, sir. Great stuff, Jonesy. Man, so happy for that guy. Sugar, I don't know if you knew that I was one of his coaches. And so
I could hear it in it.
man.
He kept alluding to it.
So man, just so proud of
my
him,
guy.
man, and the growth and the hard work that he's put into it for him and his family. Man, so happy for him, man. And like all of that stuff that he's saying, like he ain't just saying those things like that. He does it, man. So yeah, it's evident in the work, the product that he puts out. So he's doing great things, man. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned that, but really just to kind of piggyback on some of the stuff that he said. You know, and yeah, man, come on. And you know, and y'all feel this, you know, weights is life and life is weights. Hold on, let me say it again. Weights is life and life is weights. And so, you know, kind of how he said.
Yeah, break that one down.
I'm here. I'm coming. I'm coming. So what I mean by that is it's gonna be some times where you don't feel like doing it, right? It's gonna hurt. You got to put in the hard work, the grind, and the sweat equity to get the results that you want to get. Like you can't expect to get the results that you want to have. Like I can't get stronger by looking at the bar. Like I got to get on that thing and go to work a lot and make myself hurt and sweat and get up early and do it when I don't want to do it and when I don't feel like doing it. And that's success in life. You know, it's transferable skills that you can apply that to anything in your life. Like, what do you want to be great at? What I just told you what you got to do. You know, you got to work at it. It's not gonna happen. And so, just piggybacking on that, man, I think weights is life and life is weights. But for me, man, just going into my biggest accomplishment, that's tough for me because I always feel that I'm a work in progress, you know, and so I guess I look at the accomplishment as being consistent. I guess that's for me, that's my biggest accomplishment. You know, my goal is to make a positive impact in the lives of others. And so I really work hard at the journey. It's hard work, but it's welcomed hard work because I want to be the best that I can be, not for Chip, but for others, right? And so I have to make sure that I show up every day. I have to make sure that I have a great attitude. I have to make sure that I give everything I got to give every moment of every day. And when I do that, man, it allows me to have that consistency, which makes me feel proud because, you know, not in an arrogant way, but in a humble way, because I know without a shadow of a doubt I put the work in, man. You know, and that's what it's about. You know, just making that impact and being consistent.
Come on now. Listen, y'all make it seem so simple, while at the same time understanding that there's so many levels to everything that y'all are touching on. Man, I'm loving it, and y'all are definitely dropping some jewels as always. We got to take a quick commercial break. Real quick word from our sponsors. We'll be right back in about 2 and 2.
Before I go, if I can say something, man, about you, like you've helped me with this whole process. I mean, I can't even put into words how much I appreciate what you've done. And I'm going to tell everybody who's watching, who's going to be watching, if you want to be an author and you want to get your book out there, man, this is the dude for you. Because, you know, someone referred me to you. And you were like on the phone, boom. It didn't even take you no time to, you know, get with me and put this thing together. And within a couple of weeks, man, I'm a best-selling author. You know, so kudos to you and what you do. And I promise you that I am going to try my best to bring people. I've actually turned a couple people into, you know, program them or trying to program them to write a book because of you. And I want to say thank you. I appreciate you and all the success that the book does. Hey, some of that goes definitely to you. So
Anyone out there, man, highly, highly, highly recommend
it. That's all you, brother. You got me over here feeling like somebody chopping an onion. So yeah. So hey, listen, and I can tell you exactly who introduced us. That was Chip. That was Chip. He said, man, he said you got to meet my guy Reggie. Reggie played in the league. He got a book. He working on it. He trying to get it out, and I'm giving him some options. But your name is at the top of the list, and so definitely I say thank you. Little be known, we actually share the same birthday, just a few years apart. Yeah,
that's awesome, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
that's
sir.
Good stuff. Both great guys, man. I'm so glad that you guys were able to connect and make great things happen. And man, there is no limit to the things that you two can accomplish together, and us as well.
Hey, it's coming. It's coming.
Yes, sir.
Listen, and I'm gonna give you a quick kudos of what you kind of lit the fire for, because Reggie was our first Amazon #1 best-selling author. We're at 198 now. Yeah, next weekend we'll be well over 200.
Let's go.
Yeah,
love it, man. Congratulations.
Consistency and grinding through.
Yep.
Come on.
Hard work.
Yeah, hard work. We'll leave it right there. We'll leave it right there.
Simple. Hard work.
All right. Listen, I got a few more questions for those of y'all that are just tuning in. We are live with the authors, a few gentlemen from the upcoming release, The Impact of Influence Volume 2. Now, The Impact of Influence Volume 1 did major numbers. They traveled all over the country, from the West Coast to the East Coast to the Third Coast. If you don't know what the Third Coast is, hey, that's Texas, baby. Come on. So they made that they made that mark across the nation, and this book will be no different. So September 18th, 2021, which is two Saturdays from now, we'll be launching The Impact of Influence Volume 2. Make sure you go and register for that event if you haven't already. And I'll let Chip and the fellas send those invites out. So you get that invite, know that you were invited to something special, because it will be another special occasion. But we're here talking with a few of the gentlemen, and I just got a few more questions for y'all, because now it's time to dig into you all. What was the writing process like for each of you?
For me, it was interesting because I was already writing. And Chip so I called Chip one day. I said, Chip, man, I said, I'm writing. I don't know which way to go, how to do this or how to do that. He said, man, I got you. He said, and then I don't know how long after he texted me our favorite line. He said, hey. And then I was like, I'm in. And so I always go back to think about, I'm trying to make sure I get the quote right. It's about having the opportunity and not being prepared, and then being prepared for the opportunity. So I was already prepared for it because I was already writing my own story. And so this aligned with me. I believe in alignment. I believe we all are aligned together on this platform right now. And I know all the gentlemen are not on, right? But I think we all align for a reason to do certain things, together, multiple levels. So it wasn't that hard. I think the hardest part is this for me, because I had to be uncomfortable to be comfortable to speak. You know what I mean? Because I stutter sometimes, so I'm working on that. So this is making me talk. Right? This is making me slow down and relax. So the writing process was pretty much a breeze, because I already like to read. So I was like, okay, I can tell my story. I mean, I'm good at giving you that imagination of what that looks like. So it was cool. No crap. I mean, it just was.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna correct you real quick, and I don't do this often, but there's for those of us that keep that good book close by, there's a guy that did some major work early in the Bible, right? So if we look back, Moses had a speech impediment. So most people read the story of Moses and it's like, oh my God, he did all these great things. He did this, he did that. Well, in the very beginning, when he first ran into that burning bush, God called him. And he was like, who am I that you would call me? But the thing that most people don't realize is that with that speech impediment, it sounded much different. And he was like, that was the thing that slowed him down. So when he mentioned that to God, God was like, go get your brother Aaron. But here's one thing I'm gonna challenge you to do, because you got a lot of power behind your story. Go look in there and tell me when Aaron spoke.
All right. I accept the challenge.
We're gonna be waiting for a while though.
Listen,
yes.
I'll be honest. If you challenge me something like running, I'm like, okay, let me practice, because I like to read. I know I already know this journey, in the sense, because my mentor used to make me say, oh, go read about it. Don't take my word on it. Go read it.
Mm-hmm.
Go read it. So I know already I have to read the whole story to get the understanding, not just a piece of it. So I'm ready. Yeah.
But I'm saying that to say that your story is so powerful.
Yes, sir.
And don't ever just because you have to pause a few times here and there,
right?
That doesn't take away from the power. That just enhances it.
Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. All right.
Give me that question. I'm telling you, I lock in. I'm sorry, y'all. I lock in. I'm into these stories. I'm like in the moment of it, like just like combing through it, trying to write my notes real quick.
Yeah, that's a good thing. What was your writing process like?
The writing process. Okay, got you. For me, the writing process was not that easy. I had my troubles because well, obviously I wanted to do good, but then when you think of impact, you mean look at where I'm at right now. Like, you know what I mean? Between the four of us, I could probably write down things that are probably going to impact me for the next like 10, 15 years. Like, I just got that from a podcast, you know what I mean? In 48 minutes. So like when I thought of impact, I thought of like all these different things. Like Bake's been a huge impact on me. Charles Woods, he's also another author in the book. He's been a huge impact on me. You know, you got moms, you got family, and I really actually was based on that idea of influence. I was just kind of like, well, how do I get away from of that? Like, what influenced Dez? You know what I mean? Like, at what moment what was the thing that shaped me to be who I wanted to be, not necessarily what everyone had for me. You know, Bake had a person in mind that he wanted Dez to be, in a way. Like, that's where his love was coming from. Like, because I know you're a good dude and you can be an even better dude. Keep this path. I think I'm on that. Bake. Am I in the vicinity, baby?
Knocking it out, baby.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. That's a chance for me to get that out too, you know. But so yeah, I got that. You see that? Slid that in there. But I wanted to be who I wanted to be. So that's where the writing process really. Once I actually kind of like focused in on what that thing was, what defined me, what shaped Dez, like when did I want to be the Dez that I wanted to be? When did I say I wanted to be my own man? And these are the things that I'm going to be based off of this. So that's where my part in the book really came from, my writing process. I just kind of honed on what was the impact that I wanted, the one that I held on for myself, and to kind of get to the core of myself in it. And that's what I was looking for. When I finally found it, that's what I was looking for. But the writing process I wasn't there right away. No, it took a couple mornings. I write a little something in my notes, and then maybe a couple days later, I might write something in my notes. If I have a thought, though, I'm for sure writing it down. I didn't care what it was. I was like, it might be one. It might be my layup. I don't know. So just kept going with it. But it came together. It was fun, though. It was fun. Something I wanted to do before, and I was glad I got a chance to do it. So it was definitely a great opportunity.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good stuff, man. I think for me, Shug, the process is one that has been reflective. Kind of like Dez said, it really made me reflect on my life journey. It made me reflect on what I wanted to put out there, right? And then it made me also reflect on what I wanted the audience that reads it, what they're gonna receive from, right? So being a teacher, always interested in teaching based off of my experiences, you know, and so that's what it's been for me. It was reflective. Always good to be able to look at yourself, you know, like, self, what you up to? Yo, you know, self, what you been doing? Just reflecting on, myself and my moves and my journey, and then how I can put those things on paper, my experiences, and then have others be able to read those to help them move more efficiently and effectively in their life.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Listen, and Chip, this is book what number?
This will be total to be book number 7 for me.
Come on.
Yeah, blessing, man. The season of blessings, man. I can't stop saying that. It's truly been the season of blessings. And one thing that that's really on my heart now is the question. Y'all kind of went biblical a little bit, so I'm gonna throw some of this out there to you. I think for me the question is, what do you do to have continued growth when you got everything you prayed for? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then a lot of times we think, well, do I have it? Yeah, you do. Sometimes we don't even realize that we do have it, but just understand that we're blessed and fortunate to have that we do have. And now we have to just continue to strive to have that consistency, hone in on those fundamentals, make sure my technique, going back to the weight room analogy, make sure that my technique is on point. Make sure I hit the same spot every time with every rep. Make sure I get the quality reps that I need. That's going to allow me to have that consistency. Continue to show up every moment of every day. Continue to put the work in. And I think when you just really just hone in and focus on that, like being in the moment right now, taking care of business right now, down the road, it'll take care of itself.
Yes, sir. Come on now. Listen, I'm still stuck on that question.
I'm telling you, like that's been on my heart and my mind, man, because like it's truly the season of blessings, and man, like in a position to where like everything for the most part is on the bucket list goal, like knocking them boys out, but at the same time helping others knock out their bucket list goals too. And so
Yes,
man, it's great, man, to be in that position. But then now can't get caught in all of that. Really just continue to be honed in on working on fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? And I'll give you this analogy too, as an offensive line coach, right? So, coach high school, coach junior high, been to some college practices, been to some pro practices, right? When you watch offensive line drills, bro, at every level, they're doing the same exact drills. So that tells me that like it's probably important to do the fundamental things in life, because from junior high level to professional level, they're doing the same exact footwork drills. Of course, it looks a little better, and it's quicker and faster, bigger people and stronger, of course. But when you look at the concept behind it is the principle, the core common principles. What are your core common principles you believe in? What do you hold firm to in your life? And so when we can do that, I think it allows us to have that continued growth, and we get to that professional level that we want to get in our life.
Man, listen, I'm loving that. I'm loving that. And I love that you mentioned that the fundamentals are the fundamentals, right?
Yeah.
And so if I can just share some real quick fundamentals before because I want from each of y'all, I want a couple of things, and I'll give y'all a second to prepare. Is just what services that you offer to help people so that they can connect with you, and how can they connect, right? But when you talk about the fundamentals, I'll talk about the fundamentals of business. And these are things that I'm learning over and over and over again. Or one for sports, you know, there's fundamental drills. Every sport has, whether you call it suicide, touch the line, or whatever. That's what makes you stronger, and that gives you that endurance when you're ready to give up. And in business, it's your target audience. If you don't know who your target audience is, you shooting in the dark over and over and over again. Knowing your services and knowing your offer, because if you know those basic things, who's your target audience, what services do you offer, and again, what is your offer? If you know those things, you're going to be doing them over and over and over and over again consistently. You just get better at knowing who you want to talk to. You get better at knowing what your services are, being able to describe it. Because when you first start off, man, I offer, you know, like, I can do this for you, and then I can do some extra stuff. And it's like, nah, just break it down to the core. What is your core? What do you offer? And then what's your price? Know your price. Jay-Z said it this way: know your price and live your life. There's a few words in there that I left out on purpose. Set your price and live your life. Right.
Well, listening to you say that, Sugar Ray, I'm gonna hit you with this. You can pay for school, but you can't buy class.
Come on now. Come on.
Yeah.
Facts.
Exactly.
Oh,
listen,
man.
I'm loving the conversation, and I'm pretty sure everybody that's tuned in, that's locked in on this conversation is enjoying it as well, because y'all got the chats lit up with all the gems that y'all are dropping. And so what I want to know is, what are the things that you actually offer for people, and how can people connect with you?
All right, so even though I do a technology and music, I so bad at working on the social part. The easy way for me to explain, if you go to andreamger.com, everything is listed as far as in different things they can do. So I do offer music production, sound engineer production, also sound design, and I'm also a teaching artist. So I do go into the schools at some points, and I do also have clients come to me, and the services range from playing chess to building your reading skills, from ages 5 to young adults. My wife and I have a nonprofit called Responsible Artistry .org. You can go to, and you can look at all the services that we offer for our fathers and kids. Now, as far as my adults into, let's say, music production or some way of talent, from singing to poet to a rapper, we offer those skills to show them what it takes to be on that stage. Most people don't realize that most artists used to go to artist development before they get on the stage. Like, you know what I mean? I use Eric Thomas a lot, because he always talked about Bishop T.D. Jakes. He said he started out one way, but now he's phenomenal. So the whole purpose of that is, whatever you do when you come to us, it's going to be repetition. We got to do it over and over and over again. Like, I'll do 20 takes on one line, so you can get it right. And the purpose of that is, because I'm a music producer and I listen to music, and I can tell who's reading. Even if it's recorded and out, for sale, I can hear who's reading the lines, because everything about music is repetition. I mean, everything about music is a rhythm, right? It's a vibration that goes into what we do. So, from playing chess to doing music, to teach you how to get your vocal skills together, how to project your voice, even how to be an audience participant. Because some people talk while the performer is performing. I like, in my opinion, I think that's so disrespectful, because they give you your time. We can get a lot of things back, but time ain't one of them. Like now we spend an hour in here now, that hour's gone. But it's a lot of stuff in here you can get from this. So those are the things in a nutshell that we offer. And also, like I said, going to the school settings and just, I'm free to do me in schools. They know what they get when they walk in, because I always tell every person, please go read about me, because when I come in, I'm coming full speed ahead. Be prepared. So yeah, that's in a nutshell.
Hey, I love it, man. Tell them Google you.
Yeah.
Come on.
So we do sports performance. There's 3 coaches and trainers at our facility for health and fitness, as well as weight management and speed and agility training. We can be looked up at nextupathletics.com. You can look for booking, one-on-one training, online virtual training, as well as workout plans and programs at home as well. Like I said, we have 3 coaches. We do, like I myself was speed and agility. We have a strength and conditioning coach, as well as a health and wellness coach to help with weight management, as well as nutrition. And we also partner with Herbalife. So we have a lot of different things that you can reach as far as whatever your fitness goals are. You can just do nextupathletics.com.
Come on now.
All right, man. So me, Chip Baker, my target audience is businesses and organizations. And what I do is I help people that help people by providing them a heightened sense of awareness of, what they can offer to others to help make our world a better place. And I do that by speaking, coaching, and consulting. And so I can be found at Chip Baker, TSC, as in the Success Chronicles. All of my social medias are that, and except for Twitter, and it's Chip Baker 19, and I'm on all the social media platforms. I don't want to be any excuse for you not to get this positive inspiration and motivation. So go get it.
Come on now. Listen, Chip said, I help people that help people.
What I do, man.
So y'all make sure that you connect with these phenomenal gentlemen. Everything from music production to artistry, health and fitness. And Chip, what's your website again? Because I want to make sure we got it right.
It's at Chip. Just look at Chip Baker TSC, and I have like an online store, and it's all on my social media.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So y'all make sure you connect with all of these phenomenal gentlemen, whether it's to bring your organization to the next level, get your health and fitness right. And some of us walking around with that, in college, we called it the freshman 15. We're going to call this the quarantine 15. So make sure that you are out there connecting. Listen, gentlemen, it has been phenomenal. Any of y'all want to leave any last words for the viewing audience?
I'm just thankful for the opportunity again, Sugar Ray. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to be on your platform. Thank you so much for how you do what you do. And I know I tell you this often, man. I truly appreciate, but I want to make sure I say it again, because you can't say it enough. Truly appreciate how you do what you do and your help, man. It's truly beneficial to so many. So I'm truly grateful to have a relationship with you, have a friendship with you, have a brotherhood. So thank you so much, man.
Yes, sir. Man.
I also want to say thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And I'm gonna leave with this. Sometimes you're gonna hit a emotional brick wall. It doesn't mean you're stuck. Sometimes it means you just need to rest and then refocus, regroup, and keep moving. So, yeah, I appreciate you, bro, for this, for sure. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
This is just the iceberg. It was only 3 of us on here today, so you can only imagine what the impact and the reflective influence that you will have for the book. So everybody, be looking out for September 18th. This is also appreciate you. Thank you, Sugar Ray, for having us. This is always, like I said, I get lost in the stories. Y'all see, I'm tuned in to everybody else whenever they're talking, and man, this is, like I said, this is just tip of the iceberg. The book is gonna have how many in here? 13? 19
different stories.
19 different storylines. So the book's gonna make even more of an impact in lives, I believe. And like I tell Baker all the time, man, it's just a hub for inspiration and motivation, and people can use all these tools for some form of success. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what your goal is. You'll be able to use something out of here to help you or someone that you know for sure.
Man, listen, absolutely. Hey, there's one thing I've seen audiences across the nation doing this, so maybe we can do it one time too. Chip, you lead us out.
All right, man. We'll go get it on 3, man. All right, 1, 2, 3. Go get it.
All right, listen, for everybody tuning in, we love y'all. We'll see y'all again next week.